Imagine walking down the street, peacefully protesting about something that you were passionate about when you suddenly get pulled by police officers and then arrested by them. They don't speak nor let you speak. You're in handcuffs, not knowing what you did wrong. Your freedom of expression has been ripped and taken away unfairly by the police force. This happens every day in Russia. Some unlucky individual gets arrested just because they were expressing who they are. This right hasn't been respected and followed for a while now. A little bit of background information on this is, according to the Emory University School, the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 and the transition from old Russia to new Russia were associated with new hopes and promises. This shows how when Russia changed from old to new, it brought on things such as hope and promises. One of those promises was to improve and recognize the lack of freedom of expression in Russia. Perestroika was a movement that provided hope for Russia's rights. It got rid of previous policies and added new ones that benefited the individuals. They were able to create their own organizations that influenced the Perestroika movement. The freedom of expression right was first fully noticed in 1991 when the Soviet Union collapsed and the Perestroika was born. Based on the Human Rights World Report, Russian authorities blocked several independent media websites, adopted new laws, and proposed yet more measures that would further stifle the freedom of expression. Based on this quote, people can concur that even though Russia said they would work on freedom of expression, they still laws that went against that right. So a few modern responses that Russia now has is the policies are being established to enforce the right. In Ukraine, German Chancellor Angela Merkel said that she will enforce the freedom of expression after the murder of critic Boris Nemtsov. Nemtsov was a civil rights leader that was murdered. The German chancellor said that she would do all she can to enforce this after she went to talk to the president in Mongolia. Even though this has happened to a lot of protesters or leaders like Nemtsov, the government hasn't really done anything to help the people. But since this was really noticed by all the citizens, they decided to make an announcement, saying that they will try harder. The United States has been recently concerned with Ukraine's actions when it comes to them executing journalists because they had been reporting bodies returning from Ukraine and the graves near Pascal. Based on the statement the OSCE representatives gave, what Russia is doing is trying to install fear in the other people that surround the field. The propositions that I have will have Russia get this right and truly enforce it. My recommendations will be ones that will be acted upon immediately. My first policy would include making it so that the police don't take advantage of their power and use it on the people. It's not fair how just because they are the police, they think that they are anyone. The fact that if a person was ever a protester or a part of a protest, that they can't be a police is a little bit too intense. Finally, I would train the police much more different than they are being trained now. Because now they are being trained into hard shells when they should be trained to be people that use their power wisely. With the help of the government and the people, Russia's freedom of expression law will be improved and finally so that now the citizens can walk around the streets without worrying about getting arrested for expressing themselves. Thank you.